Okay, one of the things I know that our students are interested in, because they've asked me about it already, is the position of Mary in the church.
Sure.
I'm sure there's a lot of confusion
Yes.
in that
yes.
issue.
Yes.
But if you could take just a couple minutes to
Yes.
talk about her position.
I think the first thing to say is that, this is a wonderful question, because I think that it gives me the opportunity to say what Catholics don't believe. I'm afraid, our television and our movies try to represent the Roman Catholic Church in position with Mary, and they do it inadequately. I'd say simply, she was a woman of faith. When she stood under the cross of Jesus on Good Friday, it is not revealed to us in the Scriptures that she had any hidden insight that this was only a pretend situation, that her son was not dying as a criminal of that society at that time. It was not revealed to her that he was going to rise from the dead in 3 days, and that she didn't really have to worry about this dying child. And remember that Mary was also a woman to whom God had made promises. And this child was supposed to be, special in the eyes of God. This woman of faith is an example not only to the women of Christianity, but she is an example to all of us, that when we don't have the answers of life, we remain faithful. And she stood under that cross, under the cross of her son, as a woman of faith. I get a kick out of the fact, too, and who was the only apostle that stood under that cross? It was the teenager, not the older men. But I do want to say to you is, how do we look at Mary as Roman Catholics? We look upon her as the first of the saints. Again, I'll use a funny term that even Roman Catholics could not be able to identify, and that is, we give worship to God, only worship to God, but we give honor to the saints. And we would honor Mary, and we say that she is the first of the saints. If you want to hear the official terminology, it's doulia, and this is a Greek term, and we give Mary hyperdoulia, which means her honor is a little bit higher than all the rest of the saints. But we would never, never, never give worship to any of the saints, and we do not give worship to Mary. So I hope that I've explained that pretty well for you. The other thing, too, is I just built a brand new Roman Catholic church here in Springfield, St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, out on Highway M on Cox Road. And one of the things that we did as part of making sure that this teaching of the Roman Catholic Church was understood by our own people, the statue of Mary is actually in the back of church. It's not up in the front in the worship space. And this is actually following the directives of our worship committees of the last 30 or 40 years. And Pope Paul VI, who was Pope about 15, 20 years ago, he said we have to straighten up our act when it comes to our regard for the mother of Jesus, because other Christians from the outside, it looks like we're worshiping her, and we have to straighten up our act. So actually our Pope 15 years ago said we've got to do things that are ecumenically acceptable and understandable. After you're listening to this tape, I hope you'll be able to say that, yes, I listened to that priest from that church, and he did represent the fact that that Catholics do not worship Mary. And I'm trying to be obvious.
Good.
Following our directives in our church.
All right.